Hi everyone! I'm here today to talk you through a brand new feature, Champions. Champions were introduced to Stormfall Rise of Balur a little while ago and have now been added to Stormfall Age of War. It's one of the most important updates of recent times, so we've dedicated a 3-part video series to tell you exactly how it works. Today we're going to talk about some of the basics, how to get champions, the different types of champions, and how you can begin making champions work to your advantage. Oh, before I forget, if you find this video useful, hit that like button. Let's roll! So what are champions? In short, champions are special units that can provide various boosts to your castle and armies. The bonuses given by a champion are calculated on top of other unit-enhancing bonuses, meaning that the fully upgraded champion can provide a huge boost to your army. Your champions can never die. However, if a champion loses a battle, they may be stunned for a certain period of time. Once you have a champion, they will remain in your collection forever, unless you decide to sacrifice them. Champions also give you access to brand new PvE targets, the Undead. Battles against the Undead can yield huge rewards that will accelerate your progress with champions. So how do I get my first champions? This bit is pretty simple. Once you have reached level 40, you'll receive a series of quests. After you've completed the first of these quests, you'll receive your first champion. You can also get new champions by using summoning bonds. Summoning bonds are special items used to summon a random champion of a specified rarity grade. There are 3 varieties of summoning bonds: Basic, Epic and Holy. Let's look at them one by one. Basic summoning bonds. These are the most common type and will summon a random grade 1, 2 or 3 champion. Then there are Epic summoning bonds. These are slightly less common and will summon a random grade 2, 3 or 4 champion. The rarest and the best bonds are Holy summoning bonds. These summon a random grade 4 or 5 champion, but you won't see these all that often. The champion you summon will have a rank between 1 and 3. Champions with a rank of 4 or higher cannot be summoned using summoning bonds. In short, the more summoning bonds you have, the more chance you have of summoning the best champions. Here's how you can get them. From battles with the Undead, by purchasing them with emeralds, and by purchasing a pack found in the champion tab of the bank. The question you probably want to know the answer to is this: how do I know if my champions are any good? Well, the power of your champion and the effectiveness of their bonuses depend on the following champion parameters. Grade. Champions are classified according to rarity. Each rarity is given a grade. The higher a champion's rarity grade, the more powerful they are and more difficult they are to find. Rank. In general, the higher the rank of a champion, the more powerful their bonuses will be. However, champions at the earlier levels of a higher rank are slightly weaker than those at highest levels of a previous rank, although they can be improved dramatically. Level. Ranks are split into levels. To increase your champion's level, you will need to earn champion XP. In basic terms, higher level champions are stronger than lower level ones, although there are some exceptions. We'll come to those later. The maximum level a champion can reach is limited by their rank. This works as follows. At rank 1, the maximum level for champion is 15. At rank 2, the maximum level for champion is 20. At rank 3, the maximum level of a champion is 25. At rank 4, the maximum level for champion is 30. At rank 5, the maximum level of a champion is 30. At rank 6, the maximum level of a champion is 30. Each time their rank is improved, your champion's level is reset. Skill level. Upgrading skills using orbs will increase the power of a champion's bonuses. While you can decide which champion to apply the orb to, the champion skill that will be upgraded is decided at random. Enlightenment level. There are 5 stages of enlightenment, and each one boosts all the skills of your champion. A champion with the rank of 5 or 6 can only reach their highest level through enlightenment. Let's talk about the different champion types. There are 14 types of champion. The type of champion you should use depends on the action you wish to take. For example, if you're attacking a beacon offense type champion would be a logical choice. The last champion parameter we need to look at is an important one: elements. All champions have an element: earth, water or fire. Each element performs better against a certain other element. Water beats fire, fire beats earth, and earth beats water. If you send champions of different elements to a location, a dominant element will be selected to represent your forces. For battles at your castle, you can choose which element you wish to be dominant. At another locations, the dominant element will be the one represented by the most champions. For battles at your castle, you can choose which element you wish to be dominant. At other locations, the dominant element will be the one represented by the most champions. If your dominant element beats the enemy's dominant element, you'll receive a 25% bonus to your champion skills. For example, if the champion's skill power equals 10% and their element wins, the total skill power will be increased to 12.5%. Got it? Great. That's about all we've got time for in this video, hopefully enough to get you up and running with your champions. In the next episode, we'll be looking at how to improve your champions, starting to learn about champion strategy and much more. Stay awesome, people!